Hey folks, Job Lot Comics here. We're having a look at an old DC horror book. Of course, it's Swamp Thing. This is issue number 14. Now, when people think of Swamp Thing, I don't know about you, but my mind instantly goes to the Alan Moore run, although you often will think of the Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson stuff as well. And then there's the likes of this one here, which is in between. Swamp Thing was riding along with some great stuff in these early issues when Bernie Wrightson was illustrating them, yeah. And then Wrightson left, and the book got taken over. And if, like me, you sort of grew up reading Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, which is when I think the character really came into his own. This is 1975, yeah. It's so shocking when you actually go back and read some of these old Swamp Things. Mind you, look at that 2-page spread. David Michelinie and Nestor Redondo undoing the heavy lifting here. Look at that. That's a 2-page spread that's worthy of anything that Wrightson might have done. I think Wrightson's artwork had been so popular and the character was so, it was quite an underground hit that they were finding it difficult to replace Wrightson. Nestor Redondo certainly stepped up to the challenge because I think his work here is fantastic and incredibly underrated, and it's a shame that once Wrightson left, I think this book kind of fell away. But I mean, looking at this kind of stuff, isn't that amazing? I think it's one of those 70s DC books that just doesn't get any kind of recognition because everybody thinks about Wrightson, then everybody thinks about Alan Moore, and then nobody really gives much thought of what's in between. The other sort of run of Swamp Thing is the one that I remembered where I think it was Martin Pasco and Tom Yates that were doing the creative duties on it, and yeah, it was cool. And then of course Alan Moore reinvented the whole thing. It's a shame because at this point here, Swamp Thing is almost like this kind of, well, he's just like a superhero at this point here because, you know, you can, even the way he talks and stuff, you say he's not that Alan Moore philanthropic philosopher. He's this almost wisecracking superhero. Yeah, you can see him here. You know, you see his rest easy little lady. You just don't know. I mean, it's all that kind of stuff. It's just like so strange. It's probably because we think of Swamp Thing as being more than that. After it was discovered that he isn't Alec Holland, that he is this elemental force, yeah. It's just so weird when you see these, when you see, oh no, the chemicals, they've all leaked out, it's empty, damn, is this my curse? It's just so strange when you see it. But anyway, I love these books, yeah. I think they're great and weird and subversive and very, very different, and it's a shame that these kind of issues of Swamp Thing are sort of passed by. So if you see them, check them out. You can get these quite cheap actually. Soul Spell of Father Bliss. So you can pick these up quite cheap. If you see them, grab them. And don't compare them to the Alan Moore stuff. You know, it's not fair doing that. It's like comparing, I don't know, Archie to The Punisher. So there you have it, Swamp Thing number 14, 1975. Hope you enjoyed looking at that. And if you did, why don't you give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'll show you the cover again. Look, it's brilliant. Look at that kid's face. He's like, what the... Anyway, see you next one.